Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cleito 120 RTA. Okay, I don't know if you've been waiting for it, but I certainly have, the Cleito 120 RTA system. Now I got my Cleito 120 here. Fabulous tank, wonderful coils in the Cleito 120. I have one in here now, but it is a used coil, and if I ever get this open, because I tightened it too much, the reason I left the used one in here, because as you can see, if you don't have a coil in here, you can't really put it together and then just put it on the shelf without this maybe falling off and losing it. So I saved an old coil just to do that. Well, let's take a look now at the RTA system, which I just got in. All right. Cleito, regular Cleito, is one of my favorite tanks with the RTA system. Aside from filling it, which is a bit of a pain, the Cleito 120 solves that with the top fill, which they didn't have on the regular Cleito. So this is the RTA system for the 120. So you got some cotton, you got your tool. That looks like this is the first time opening it for me. You got plenty of extra goodies in there, as you can see. A lot of stuff in there. This is to close it off so that you can do single coil. All right, that's usually what that's for. And here it is. Here is the Cleito 120 RTA. Alright, so it's certainly going to be big. It's going to be wider than one of the coils, so you do lose a little juice capacity, but that's what you got to do for an RTA system. Comes with a couple of coils in there. Those look like aliens, pretty thin. Alright, they're not really large. I could be wrong on the coils there. I get those confused, all the different kinds of coils. But there you go. Let's throw that in here. Let's take off the glass. Tight fit on that bottom glass. All right. Threading is nice. Down there. Let's wick it. Let's get the coil master out. See what the resistance is here. They might even tell us on the box, or maybe not. They don't seem to tell you the resistance that they're including, so let's see what it is. 0.23. All right, probably about 0.2 once you start heating it up. Let's dry burn these new coils a little bit. That battery I got in here probably could use a little work, but as you can see, there we go. We're starting to get them glowing. There we go. I'm going to let that cool down for a second, and we'll get some cotton in now. Alright, so we got some cotton. Let's see if this is the right size cotton, or if I'm going to need something a little thicker. Yeah, that's just a little too loose in there. I want to make that a little tighter, so let's get some new cotton. Grab a little bit of this, what is this? This is some like native wicks. So we can just take what we need. It feels pretty good. Go. Get the scissors. Cut that off a little long. You could always shorten it up, but we can't add more. Well, you could, but not easy. Let's take that off of there. I find just the act of taking this off of here fluffs my cotton pretty good. So you don't really have to do much fluffing when you do that. Just by taking it off, it seems to always fluff it up well. So you can see the size of the juice wells in there. Alright, so we want it in there, but we don't want it super tight. Of course, if it's too fluffy, it gets to be a pain to work with. And this is always, if you've ever done this on camera, when you got lights all around you, you got your camera in your face, and you're trying to do this, it's never as easy as when you just do it on your workbench, where you can see it up close and see what you want to do. A little easier. Always harder on camera. Keep that airflow hole open. So again, you want to, if you leave any spaces up here, you're going to have problems. It can flood, all right, and leak. So you want to get it just right. You want to get it not packed down tight, but enough that the top is covered. A little bit of cotton can be seen through there. And if you have too much cotton, you can always cut off. I'm not going to do it now. That should be all right. Oh, it's a little like I could always cut off like that, just to cut it down a little bit if you have too much. All right, make sure your airflow hole is open. Make sure you're not hanging over the threads here, because when you go to put your top on, you'll have a problem there. You could even end up pulling it out of the juice flow holes. There we go. Let's get a little juice on this. Put this down here. Have some of my own homemade blue raspberry cotton candy. We don't need to, but for entertainment purposes. Yeah, that battery definitely needs to be replaced in there. Well, it would help if I wasn't on meter, but I was actually on alright. Smells good. Now, I don't know why I'm doing that. Let's throw the chimney part on first. Make sure this isn't too tight. Close off our air flow. And there you go, Cleito 120 RTA. Let's go back up and vape on it. Okay, so first vape, got it all wicked up there. Got it on my Arctic Dolphin stabilized wood mod here. It's coming out to a 0.21. I don't know if you can see that there, 0.21. This is the Cleito 120 RTA. Well, we're going to need more power because it was only at 38 watts here. Let's bring that up to 65. 65 watts. Let's see how she is. Close off that airflow. Plenty of airflow in this Cleito. Taste starting to come through. Plenty of clouds. Definitely can go a little higher. Let's go up to 75 watts. Plenty of clouds, and this is only 80 watt mod, so let's max it out at 80 watts. All we can do on this one. Wow, plenty of clouds on there. It's an RTA system, so as long as she fits right and is easy to wick and work with, got air bubbles coming out there, so she's definitely wicking and the juice is getting in there. And I got it on 80 watts here, and I think this definitely, it is a Cleito 120, although the coils are designed for 120. The RTA is based on whatever you're going to vape on it with. Let's throw it on something else here. Let's clean this. See, I say I always use the Cleito, right? There's the Cleito. Still got that in there with the RTA system. Still happy with that. Let's throw that up there. Clean a little juice off of here. Let's throw it on here. Alright, so we were doing 80 watts there. Let's go up to 90. watts. Definitely even better. A little bit. I don't like warm vapes, but I don't want it to come out cold either. You feel like you're not getting enough out of it. You want just slightly warm is my preference. Wow, nice. Let's do the power adjustment in here because I'm sure the preheat is a little low on here. Let's do the preheat at 95 watts. 95 watt preheat for 0.2 seconds and then 90 watts. Now that thing can chuck clouds. That's nice. I have it about half open right now, and you can even close it down a little more. Yeah, let's close it down even a little more. And I got the airflow on about a quarter of the way open right now. A little warm there, and a little bit more air. Unbelievable clouds on this. That's the Cleito 120 RTA. I'm going to use the hell out of this thing for a while. Like I said, I still love the Cleito. I love the Cleito 120. Cleito 120 with the RTA system. I've been waiting for this RTA for a while. I don't remember how much juice I put in there. I thought I almost filled it. And since I started, we're half full there. Let's see what happens. No problem with clouds. You're going to burn through juice with this thing fast, though. But there you go. That's the first look at this. Just unboxed it. First vape on it. First impression. Great RTA system for, I don't know what I paid for that thing. Maybe 12, 13, 15 bucks. It's great. Later on, after I use this for a while, I'll let you know if I find any flaws with it. But so far, there's your Cleito 120 RTA system. If you like the Cleitos, if you like the regular Cleito, if you enjoy the 120 with the coils, top fill on the 120. That was the one downside to the regular Cleito tank, is it didn't have top fill, and it was a pain to try and fill that thing while holding the glass down and trying to take off the top of the bottom to put juice in. It was a real pain. This solves that problem. Having the RTA in the Cleito 120, I probably won't go back to my regular Cleito RTA system. I think this is going to be my new favorite for a while. So I'm going to vape on this for at least a few days, if not a week or more. Let you know if I find any problems. If I can vape on this RTA system for a few days and have no problems, absolute recommend, but I think it's a recommend anyway already. So there you go, Cleito 120 RTA.